I'm doing some Peachtober planning today. I don't feel super inspired by the prompt list, but I'm trying to do a little bit of Googling and Pinteresting to see, is there anything that I can kind of muster up, any ideas I can generate. Yeah, just gonna do some planning, so I'll take you along with me. I actually found a bird in my wildlife book that I thought was really pretty, and that did inspire me a little bit. This is a pine grosbeak, I don't know. I don't know how to say it, but it's really pretty. Hopefully that is focusing. I don't know if it is, but I just think it's really pretty. For grub, I thought of a bird flying with a worm in its beak, and that is prompt number 4. So I think I'm gonna keep kind of working like that, like going down the list, thinking of the object, the prompt itself, and then thinking of what I can add around it to create more like of a story or a narrative rather than just an item. I thought about doing like a vintage ad for like a citrus drink. I don't know what it would be called, but fun opportunity to do some lettering. Lettering and drawing like objects or products is pretty easy for me, so that's kind of just like a sneaky way for me to make Peachtober easier for myself. Drawing nature and people and animals is what's more challenging, so I'm trying to do a good balance of things that I know will be easy and things that will be a little bit more challenging that I can take a bit further. Going up here to I, which is day 6. I have this picture on my Pinterest board of this girl, and she has this interesting facial expression, and she kind of looks like a princess. And I just thought, what if, she was eyeing a hummingbird, and so I thought about, just like a scene of her kind of interacting with a hummingbird. Maybe she's surprised, and then me referencing my pretty faces board on Pinterest. So really very scrappy. Stamps. And then the other idea I had for message alternative would maybe be a paper boy, a little black boy as a paper boy, and like, one of those like posters. And this is kind of again playing on that idea of vintage poster design. I've really been inspired by the vintage national parks posters. I really should have said that in the beginning. That's like one of the main inspirations for Peachtober for me. This video a little bit about how I want to practice drawing dark skin, and so I think this could be a fun opportunity to do that. And obviously I love lettering, so there's that. For snooze, I thought of doing a vintage alarm clock. I thought that could be fun, maybe with some lettering. It says like wake up. For pencil, I thought of doing maybe a pencil on a vintage desk, or maybe even a vintage box of pencils. For candle, this is one that I'm kind of excited about. I think it would be fun to do like a little spread of like candle essentials, right? So like make up a fake candle packaging and then draw like matches, maybe like a vintage matchbook, some modern lighters, and say like, I don't know, maybe there's like some tea and it's like, here's everything you need to light your candle. For ladybug, oops, I didn't even draw anything. I think we're just gonna draw a ladybug. Keep it simple. And then next we've got nest. Nest made me think of home, and I've been seeing paintings by this one artist whose name I can't remember. He does these gorgeous acrylic paintings of just like suburban alleyways at night, and just like nature scenes, but they're absolutely gorgeous. He just captures the light so beautifully, and so I thought about doing like a play on that, but again, like a vintage poster design, like going home to the nest or something like that, and then you can barely see my like crappy attempt at representing what I was thinking. And then playing around with borders too. I really like vintage borders. Next is blue. I just wrote out some stuff. Thinking about things that are blue that I own. So this is the sketchbook that I've been using that I have shown a lot in. You know, some of my favorite art supplies are blue, and so or even, you know, some of my gouache that I love, like just thinking about, granted this is turquoise, but whatever, you know, you get the point, but thinking about like picking some of those out. It's been like 3 hours. I did It's been like 3 hours and I've done a lot of planning. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, about half of the prompts, planned for about half of the prompts. I've got most of the first 2 weeks and then less in the second 2. So just popping in to share a little bit about what's going on here. You can see I'm loosely structuring these Pinterest boards like mood boards. I've got some images of type that I want to reference. Here you can see I've centered this mood board a little bit around reference images for this piece, which is grub, and really just like trying to include any and all information that I might want visually in the piece, you know, like reference to a poster or mountains and things like that. So keeping it pretty simple, but basically just big mood boards. I made myself a lovely little morning latte. It's this like thing called Peachtober, but you basically just like make a new piece of art every day to go along with this prompt list. So a bunch of artists put out their. We had a gas leak, and so we had to get a new stove, and it just got delivered today. But they did install it, so I guess they're coming to install it tomorrow. But in the meantime, I miss eggs, so I'm having a bagel, and I'm gonna attempt to fry an egg in the rice cooker. So here's the rice cooker. We're gonna, let's see. Oh, it's getting hot. So it's a bit messy, but just taking you through what I've been doing. So just playing around with some lettering, thinking about concepts I want to include, some flourishes. This was a cool lighter that I found that I drew from my Pinterest board. I got some notes, and then thinking about some like poster designs. So this is a fun one for a citrus drink. Similar poster kind of thing for a message. And then Grub and Sprig are going to be more natural, and Snooze is going to be more item-based. But then Grub and Sprig I'm a little intimidated by, because those are going to be the more natural ones. Drawing animals is hard for me. Citrus and Message are more in my wheelhouse, because they're kind of like more item and poster-based. And then Snooze and Candle are going to be specifically like item-based. So I think I'm going to get into Grub and Sprig next, and I want them to be kind of similar to the Bear and the Bee, just with some of my brush strokes and some of the elements that I'm including. I have this reference here. I absolutely love the brush strokes in this. I just really want them to be very fine. You can see that I kind of got to a place where that was represented in this piece, and that's something I want to keep pushing on. Hopefully it focuses. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, I wanted to kind of like push on some of those really fine brush strokes that you can see in the bear, kind of like this piece that you see on Pinterest. I just really love the way that person represented the values and the brush strokes there. So definitely something I want to include in the pieces that I have that are going to be incorporating more nature and animals.